Hi everyone. Today we're doing some spring card making with a postage stamp collage design. These tiny stamps create so much interest and dimension, and I'll show you how to build the collage in a simple, stress-free way. So let's get started. If you're interested in any of the products that I'm using today, they will be linked down below in the video description. The first thing that I like to do a lot of times, especially with these scene building cards, is just lay everything out and die cut it out of white. So that is what I did here, and I'll show you how I actually come to assemble it all. I'm starting out with stamping all of my images. So I have some images here from the Heart Tree stamp set, and then the mice and the birds are from the stamp set It's a Bird. So I'm stamping these images onto 80-pound white cardstock using the Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink. Then once I have everything stamped, I am going to take a heat tool and just quickly go over all of those images to make sure that my black ink is nice and dry and reduce the risk of smearing any of my alcohol ink. The alcohol markers that I'm going to be using today to color in my images are the OHUHU Markers Honolulu B set. I downloaded a printable from Etsy that would allow me to swatch everything out and help me kind of group my colors together, similar to Copics and Olos would. So that is the color combinations I'm using here is from that chart. I just have kind of my three color variations for the leaves: a light, a medium, and a dark. For the light, I probably could have jumped to an even brighter green to make that highlight stand out a little bit, but I think they still came out pretty amazing. Then I have some browns picked out. Again, I'm using a three color combination, and I am doing these shadows in between the branches and then also on each side of the trunk, and then just blending that out and trying to keep a lot of my light color. I didn't want to overdo the darker colors as I seem to kind of lose my image or lose my highlight when I overdo the dark colors. Then I moved on to my mice, which I'm doing in a nice warm, kind of grayish brown. I am keeping the darkest color on the right hand side of that particular mouse that has the binoculars up to his eyes, and then have it kind of go off to be the highlight area on the left. Now, for my other mouse that I'm coloring here, the darkest color is on the left. And the lightest color is on the right because I feel like the direction that they're turning is facing towards the light source. So that would be the lightest areas. I found a light, kind of like a peachy pink for the belly and also the ears and the nose. And then I'm going to move up and color the birds because I wasn't quite sure what color I wanted to do the hat and the jacket yet for my mice. So for the birds, I am using this really nice kind of bright blue color combination. So again, looking at where the birds are facing, if they are facing to the left, that is where I'm going to put my lightest color. And then the back side of the bird is where I put the darkest shade and then just blend between the two. And I do end up forgetting to do the beak on all of them, but it's so tiny, I'm hoping nobody notices. Then for the outfits, I did decide on kind of this, I want to say like almost an army green. And so it kind of looks like they're doing their outdoors thing. Again, going off of the direction that the mice are facing, I have the lightest color towards that direction they're facing and the darkest color on the opposite side. And then I did some dark grays for my binoculars. I almost forgot to do the heart on my tree, and so I'm just going to use the same colors that I did for the tree and have the darkest color be on the outer edge of the heart and the lightest color in the center. I use the coordinating dies to run those through my die cut machine and cut everything out, and I'm going to put those off on the side to work on the background for my card. I absolutely love the brand new Postage rectangle stackables die. So I die cut out two different sizes out of 80-pound white cardstock. And I am going to be using the Postage rectangle stackables stencil that coordinates with it. So what the stencil does is mask off the postage edge so that you can ink blend in the center, which is so great for creating scenes. I'm going to do both of these at the same time because they are different sizes and it's two different stencils. Now, I want to show you, it's hard to see on camera, but there is an etched line on your stencil. That etched line matches up with the postage edge of the die cut piece. So using a sticky mat, I have my cardstock held down. I'm lining up that etching with my die cut piece, and then my sticky mat is going to hold my stencil down. I'm just going to do a really simple ink blend for my background. And I'm going to be starting off with Mermaid from Lawn Fawn using a blending brush. This is going to be for the sky. So I'm starting kind of on the stencil and brushing my way onto the cardstock. I'm going to go maybe about halfway down or even maybe even a little closer to 3/4, but have it fade off as it gets towards the bottom. Then I'm going to come in at the bottom with cilantro ink. Again, this is ink from Lawn Fawn, starting on the stencil, blending up towards that mermaid color, but not quite overlapping. I'm going to kind of leave a little bit of white space. It's very, very faint. Then I can just peel away the stencil and you're going to see how we were able to keep that nice white edge of our postage mark on the outside, but yet we have this beautiful stencil background in the center. For the actual card front, the base of my card front, I'm going to be using the Checkered Hearts portrait die, and I'm using a piece of craft cardstock for that. And then I have a piece of paper bag cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to layer behind it. So I'm going to just add tape runner. You could also use liquid glue here, and I'm going to line up at that checkered hearts over the top of the paper bag. I'm going to bring in my pieces that I have done so far and just lay everything out to make sure that it is lining up and looking exactly like I had hoped it would. So I decided to have the tree in the background there and then the mice in that front one. So I really kind of was going with postage slash postcard type of vibe. I'm going to include these two little envelopes. This is from the Build a Critter Valentine accessory set. And I'm also going to bring in the mini clips die set, which is super adorable. It has a little heart on there, so I'm going to be using that. And then I'm going to grab a couple paper clips because I want to add those to the top of my postage or kind of like postage slash pictures. I went ahead and die cut out my paper clips from the gold metallic cardstock. And now, once again, I don't have anything glued down. It's just all laid out at the moment, but I am going to go ahead and clip those up there just to kind of make sure I'm getting the feel for how this is all going to look. I die cut out the heart from a red metallic cardstock, and I'm going to add that to the front of both envelopes using my reverse tweezers and my liquid glue. Before I start gluing anything down, I want to make sure I get my sentiment in because it is starting to get a little crowded. So I wanted to make sure I was leaving room for a sentiment. And I'm using the Happy, Happy, Happy stamp set. I am going to use some black licorice cardstock that I prepped with an anti-static powder tool. I'm stamping this up in white pigment ink because I plan on doing some white heat embossing. I am going to stamp it multiple times, make sure I'm getting some really good impression. Plus, that pigment ink stays wet a little longer than a regular ink would. I'm going to sprinkle on my white embossing powder, tap off my excess, and then melt that with my heat tool. I'll then line up the coordinating die for the word happy to die cut that out. And the rest of it, I'm going to take over to my paper trimmer and I'm going to trim these down into a thin strip. So when I was stamping them, I was being really careful to get them as straight as possible so that trimming these into thin strips would be super easy. I also used the remaining cardstock to die cut out the word happy one more time and layer that together with my liquid glue. And then for these sentiments, I also trimmed out some smaller pieces to fit behind my heat embossed words. That also kind of helps build up not only the dimension, but does add stability behind those individual sentiments. Now I can start working on the assembly of the card. So the first thing I did was actually attach my paper clips because I didn't want to lose them on my desk. And I want to make sure that they're kind of going down before I glue any of those postage panels down. So I added a little bit of liquid glue to the piece that would be behind the postage, tap off or just kind of rub off any excess. And then for my postage panels, I'm going to be attaching these using some foam tape. So I'm starting out with the biggest one. I did go ahead and add a couple birds on there using some thin foam squares. And then I'm going to take that large postage and kind of tilt it. That I felt was, for one, kind of the best way to get both of these to fit, but also by tilting it, gave it more of that postcard kind of vibe that I was going for. I attached my tree using some thin foam squares as well. And same thing for my mice. They're going on to that smaller one with thin foam squares. Now, the only real tricky part that I had here was making sure that everything was flush on the front of my card. So I am kind of using some thin foam squares once again. Some are added right to that larger postage panel. The other ones, or I do have some thin foam squares added to the right hand side. I may have even have done two thin foam squares to double it up just to make sure that everything was kind of flush and not too uneven. I went ahead, finished adding my birds. I'm going to add my cute little envelopes down there at the bottom. And then I have my sentiments that I'm going to add with my liquid glue. The H is going to hang off a little bit. So I don't want to push it down. That one's going to just hang off on its own because there's nothing back there to support it. But it works out fine. It doesn't have any problems. And then adding the rest of the sentiments, sending happy mail, I thought was really cute to go with this whole theme. And I finished off by adding some white gel pen highlights to the rest of my images. This turned out to be such a cute scene. I absolutely love that nested postage to give this more of a postage, kind of vintage feel vibe to it, and just sending some happy mail somebody's way. I hope you all enjoyed today's card inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you back again here real soon.